September 2021, Chicago Riot Fest. Machine Gun Kelly and Slipknot had slightly overlapping sets. In the middle of Machine Gun Kelly's set, he remarked to the crowd, "You want to know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing? Being 50 years old, wearing a fucking weird mask on a stage, talking shit. So anyway, what's everyone's favorite candy? Reese's Pieces?" This ignited a contentious feud that would last for months. Later, Machine Gun Kelly would say, "Corey did a verse for a song on Tickets to My Downfall album. It was fucking terrible, so I didn't use it. He got mad about it and talked shit to a magazine about the same album he was almost on. Y'all's stories are all off. Just admit he's bitter." A short time later, Corey Taylor posted email receipts proving he declined the opportunity to appear on the album. He said, "I don't like people airing private shit like a child, so this is all I'll say. I didn't do the track because I don't like when people try to write for me. I said no to them. So without further ado, receipts. This is all I'm going to say about it." Needless to say, like most feuds, it's practically water under the bridge at this point, with Machine Gun Kelly releasing a documentary in which MGK expressed some remorse for the way things went down and said that, "I think both of us let our egos get in the way." He said, "I was a fan of Slipknot and I was a fan of Corey. That's why I'd asked him to get on Tickets. He obviously had mutual respect too, because he cut a verse. I tried to give notes back like, oh, this wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Can we try this?" And respectfully, he was like, no. And I was like, okay, cool. So we didn't use it. Then I heard him on a podcast. I could have handled it differently. I should have just picked up the phone and been like, "Hey dude, why'd you say that?" But instead, we all acted ridiculous. And now, in a new conversation on the Allison Hagendorf show, Taylor expressed a similar sentiment. And it's clear both musicians are ready to move on from this feud. Taylor said, "Sometimes people are just going to butt heads. He and I are very similar in certain ways, which, shock and awe, big mouth singers, we are big mouth singers. I appreciate that. I guess sometimes I know from my past mistakes that sometimes the words get out and I wish I could grab them. It is what it is. It's one of those things where he and I will probably never be friends, but I'm sure we can both respect each other for what we do and what we've done and just move on. It's stuff like that. It never needs to keep going. Once you've said your piece, that's it." And a lot of times the fans carry it on, especially in this day and age with social media and everything. It happened. It was a moment, and I made my peace with it. I'm assuming he did as well, and there's that. I think it's fair at this point to consider the beef squashed between MGK and Slipknot, with MGK admitting in that documentary Life in Pink that he could have handled the situation differently by making a call, and Corey Taylor himself saying that they're actually very similar in different ways and everybody said what they had to say and moved on. Slipknot has nothing to prove. They're one of the biggest bands in the world, and Machine Gun Kelly is currently experiencing exponential growth and building a massive fan base as well. That is your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.